name is Winnie. Welcome to my life's journey. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And there's another quote that my brother and I like saying, and I'm going to share it. It says, some people are so poor, the only thing they have is money. And I want to use this because we've been talking about how our early childhood experiences affect how we relate with others. We have so many people who fit the role of a man or a woman because they have a good job, because they have money, they have a house. And what we forget is that when we're having issues, a house will not fix the issues. What we forget is that when we're having issues, money will not fix issues. So before a relationship, I believe that it's important for you to be self-aware. Understand who you are. Learn yourself. Take time to learn yourself. Know yourself inside out. Just know yourself as much as you can. Be self-aware. When you're self-aware, you'll understand yourself. You understand your weaknesses, your strengths, understand who you are, understand where you are at. Are you in a season where you don't have a job? Are you understand all those things and accept them? I know many of us try to pretend that we're not going through this and that, especially in relationships, to put another picture. The men who come into, especially men, I've heard a lot about men who come and hire a friend's house and pretend to a girl that is their house. I mean, really, just be yourself. Be yourself. And I'm not saying that be yourself and that girl will accept you. I'm saying be yourself to allow that girl to make an informed decision if they want to pursue you because of how you are, where you in the season that you are in or not. Allow the person to make the decision, because you're better off sticking with the person who has fully accepted you than a person who accepts you for who you are not, and then later when they realize who you are, they run away. Okay? They tell you this is not working out for me. The same goes for women as well. Okay? So the people who hide their children, you have a child, you show up as a single man. No, you're a single dad, and it's okay that you're a single dad. We are talking about showing up as authentically you, because the only way for you to experience love in its fullness is for you to show up as you. Even God cannot bless who you pretend to be. God will bless who you are. So you'd rather show up with your weaknesses, with your, someone says, with your what's and all. Anyway, show up as you. Because then that person will have, and they will be choosing you from the beginning, who you are, not who you pretend to be. Show up as you. Don't be those people who have nothing to offer. Then you come showing people, taking a girl to all the expensive restaurants to cover up for your shortcomings. Okay? So take time to learn with the things that you've gone through and deal with them. Then be self-aware. Understand your strengths and weaknesses. Understand what you do when you're angry. Understand what you do when you're happy. Understand what you do when you're bored. Because the people who, when they're bored, they masturbate. The people who, when they're bored, they watch porn. The people who, when they're bored, they do destructive things. So understand yourself so that you deal with it. If you find out that you have unhealthy coping mechanisms, deal with them. Please. That business of people saying that is who I am, we need to stop that business today. You can change who you are. Our brains can be changed rewired at any given point in your life, even at 70. Okay? So you can do something. Then, before a relationship, also make sure that you understand your values, understand your purpose, understand your passion. Even start it if possible, because your purpose will lead you to meeting other people who are like-minded. And how better will your life be if you go in with a like-minded person into a relationship. I don't have a biological sibling. I have half siblings from both my dad's side and my mom's side, and that was the order of the day. That was the pattern in our lives, in our family. But I keep on telling people that I've seen healthy families, I've seen healthy relationships. Then build on your communication skills. Please. It's the 21st century. We have all this information. We cannot afford to be people who can't communicate. We need to get to a place where we are people who, if you're angry in a relationship, if something pisses you off, if it irritates you, you have to be able to communicate that in words and not in actions. We cannot go acting out and breaking things and doing funny stuff and causing ourselves harm. The people who self-harm, thinking they're doing it for the other person, going to sleep around to send a message to your wife, going to sleep around to send a message to your husband. I mean, really, can we just build on our communication so that we speak out what it is that we want to fix? Because without a communication, how can I know your preferences? How can I know who you are? How can I know what you love? How can I know the things that you don't like? Because we are meant to know those things so that I know how to love you. You know how to love me. You need to know that I love flowers, which I do. I love flowers. I love this. I love this. And flowers don't have to cost. You can go to someone's garden. I'm not telling you to steal. And pluck them and bring. You know what I'm saying? When we know, what is the point of being in a relationship with a person who cannot even understand your likes and dislikes? You see, people, we have to be able to communicate, because that is how we know. Okay? I stayed in relationships where I couldn't even express my needs. I couldn't even say what it is that I wanted. But you know what? I was not also clear about what I wanted. And right now I feel I'm in a very good space. Oof, my goodness. Every day is a blessing and I love it. So again, outside of a relationship, we need to know that relationships are work, but it's that kind of work that is fulfilling as well, because once you're good, you're going to receive all that vibe, you're going to receive all that energy, you're going to be in a very good space. And that is what we need, even to be creative, even to do well in our workplaces, even to do well in life altogether. And that's why me receiving God's love has been the best thing to me, because that is where now I'm operating from. Because without that, in fact, without God, the Bible says, unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. The reason why we have so many people laboring is because God is not part of their story. Well, God has always been part of our story. But what I mean is that we have not gotten to a place where we allow God to take charge. We surrender to God. We allow God to tell us who we are first before we can start extending that to others. So I'm saying that relationships takes work, and sometimes the work is dealing with your self-defeating pattern. And I'm also saying that we need to get to a place where we are emotionally healed, we are emotionally aware, we're emotionally intelligent. We have so many emotionally unintelligent or emotionally foolish people, and you cannot handle a relationship without understanding your emotions. We're not dealing, when we talk about emotional intelligence, we are not doing away with our emotions. We're saying we are understanding our emotions and we're acting accordingly. The people who cannot stand another perspective, they feel threatened. That is an insecurity problem that you need to deal with. Can we just have different perspectives? Can you be playful about it while at it? Please play with your husband, play with your wife. Stop being serious all the time. Play with each other, please. And I'm so grateful for this journey, because without healing, I don't know where I would have gone to. Anyway, again, we're saying we have so many people who are working hard to get money. The people who are working so hard to get money, but they have nothing else to offer. There's no communication skills. They can't communicate. They cannot deal with their emotions. Their emotions are all over the place, and those are the dangerous kinds. Because when you meet them, you want to fall in love with them. You want to fall in love with the way they have money. We know women, we look for provision, protection. So you see, this is the kind of mind I want. Until you have issues that you can't solve, then you realize, oh my goodness, what did I get myself into? So it's important to always look at these things. Look at the soft skills, because any person can make money. Any person can pretend, but what is their true character? What is their true character? Man or woman, what is their true character? Because that is what will guide you, okay, into making a decision. And what are your values? What is your purpose? Because that is also what will make you see, are you aligned or not? But if you're also chaotic and lost and hurt, you cannot look at the world in, trauma is like a scale covering your eyes. So even if you look outside, and there's a story of a couple who moved into a certain neighborhood. And when they moved in, the woman kept on, looking through the window and saying, these neighbors are so dirty. How can they stay in a house that dirty? And then after a few days, they brought in a person to come and clean their house, and then they looked outside the window and they're like, wow, the neighbors finally cleaned their house. Actually, the husband said, no, it was a window that was dirty. And that is the same thing that happens to us when we are, we've gone through trauma. You have another layer that clouds your judgment, clouds your sight. What you're seeing is not real, it's not true. And that's why you must deal, you must heal, you must forgive, for you to have healthy relationships with other people around you. And I'm telling you from my own story, because that is exactly what happened to me. You want a person who will make you better by the day. Of course, we're not saying that you'll focus on just correcting each other every day. No, you correct as you have some good time. Okay? Who doesn't want a good time? We all want a good time, and that's why people go to drink, people go to brothels, people go to do funny stuff. It's because we are seeking something. You can only meet others as much as you've met yourself. Yeah. If you go looking for people to fulfill you, then it's a setup for failure. People can only add to what you already have. So what do you have? If you're empty, no matter what people give you, you'll always feel empty. You'll always be empty. And that's the truth of the matter. And this is a difficult conversation to have. Okay? So let's be people who handle ourselves with care. And that way we'll be able to handle others with care as well. My next video, I want to share about what to do if you find yourself already in a toxic relationship, already in the middle of so much chaos you don't know what to do, already in a dysfunctional place, already a mess, already a drama queen, already a drama king, already a chaotic person. What do you do? So thank you so much. Please stick around for the next video next week. All right? God bless you. Have a fantastic day.